Everything that I wanted to accomplish in the military, I was able to do through the Ranger Regiment. I was absolutely sure I was going to be a SEAL. I swam, I was a swimmer, and just thought it would be the natural thing, and all the little high-speed things that you wanted to do. You'd look at the little, oh, okay, I want to be a scuba guy, I want to jump out of airplanes, I want to be Halo qualified, I want to be this and that. And I went to the SEAL people, and bless his heart, but the recruiter just, that wasn't a world that he even knew, and he didn't know how to sell it to me. He's like, well, the Navy's going to give you a skill to fall back upon if you do not complete your SEAL training. And I'm like, guys like me and guys like my friends who went in the Rangers, they don't join the military to get a skill. They join because there's a higher calling there. There's a service. There's a need to serve and to do something that pushes themselves to what their definition of a man should be. And so the Navy guy it didn't work, and the contract didn't seem right, it didn't fit. And then I realized, what I really want to do is I want to fly. So that's what got me over the Army side of the house, because the Army would take you as a rotary wing out of school, and you could go in and fly helicopters, and that's what I went to go do. And then the first Gulf War broke out, and I was put on a long waiting list. And when you're 22, 23 years old, and you've made up your mind that that's what you're going to go do, you want to do it right then and there. So really, the Rangers were a third choice for me, and it was because I thought, well, okay, my dad was a Ranger. That the word Ranger and that Ranger tab always held this kind of mystique to me, and a high level of respect. But this is the thing, we all end up where we're supposed to be. If you're listening and you got your ears are right and your eyes are right and your heart's right, we all end up where we're supposed to be. And I was supposed to be, that's exactly where I was supposed to end up, was in the Ranger Regiment. I wasn't supposed to be a SEAL, and I wasn't supposed to fly helicopters. I was supposed to be a ground guy with the Ranger Regiment, so that come the 3rd of October, 1993, I would survive a firefight, so that later on down the line, when I became a musician and a speaker, I could talk about that firefight and tell people how it betters their lives and how they can become examples that other people will want to follow. That's the beautiful thing about putting mileage on our lives, is you start learning that the dots we used to think were big and far apart that connected our lives really aren't that far apart anymore. God's got you right on path to where you need to be, as long as you're willing to. We all bounce around, and he'll slap you back on path, but ultimately we end up where we're supposed to be. And so I didn't always know I was going in. In fact, I wasn't where I wanted. Going in the Army wasn't my first choice. And having done it all over again, looking back now, I think I'm very safe to say I probably would have joined the Air Force, because they got this thing called quality of life. It's awesome.